Hi, it's Nancy welcoming you to Garden Scroll. Most of my little St. John warts blooms are gone, but here's one so you can remember what they looked like when it was all in bloom. I see the grasshoppers are eating my little dinosaur kale up. It's Wednesday, July the 19th, and I dug through my seeds again. I know it's late for planting, but I think there are some seeds like zinnias that I can still plant. At least that's what I'm going to try, and I hope they'll still grow, flower, and be beautiful, because I'm hoping to still get out some of my little pots that never did fill out. I'm hoping to still get filled, and I can see lots of examples in the garden where fall is coming on. These are the magic lilies that their foliage came on in the spring and then it went totally away, and now we just have the little bare stalk coming up with this beautiful bloom. Has also been on. I'm missing that day when I told you that I'm getting spoiled and I only walk around taking pictures, enjoying the garden, but that's not what's going on now. But look at these beautiful hibiscus blooms, and because I just recently sprayed insecticide, these are looking great. The ones that came on before I sprayed were so eaten up that they were eaten before they even opened all the way up. Those grasshoppers are just another sign of the hot summer days. Of course, this is another sign of hot summer days. I watered late yesterday evening, and it's now not even 12 o'clock. It's still morning, and it's already wilted down, but hopefully this one will pick back up. They have been picking up as soon as they get some water and the evening gets a little cooler. Another sign that late summer and even fall is coming on, the blooming of some of the sedum. Another pretty pink hibiscus bloom. This is the ruffled Carolina pink. And of course, these are some of the spots where I never did get anything to come up in. So I'm going to put some more, and I was able to find some more of the pink and of the yellow profusion zinnias. I would just plant some of these over there, but it is so hot they would just wilt and never be able to come out of it. So, but if they're started from a seed and they sprout and grow there, they usually do well, and I do think I still have time for that. And this little coneflower is one of the new coneflowers for the garden this year. It has a touch of pink and the rest of it is white. I think I'm going to like it. I divided the little plant that my friend Susie gave me from her mother's funeral. I told my sister I would give her one, and I'm going to give her the biggest one, but this little shoot came up and I'm going to try to save it. And I actually put it outside simply because that's where I do better with plants, is outside rather than inside. But I'm hoping this one will do wonderful. And then this is, of course, my little yellow, which hasn't bloomed yet, but it'll have yellow blooms when it does, crown of thorns. And if you can tell, there was a little shoot that came out right there, and I put it in a little pot, and I'm trying to get it to grow a root so I can give it to my sister Kathy. I also put this little pot, I had ivy in it, different ivies, and I actually had it in front, but it just needed some more shade, so I put it under our weeping willow, and am hoping that it will fare better here. Another sign that summer is in full swing and even coming to an end are all the little are all the little dead stalks that once held beautiful blooms like these, but they're dwindling down now. There's not very much bloom left. You wait so long for the seasons to get there when they bloom, and then it seems that the next thing you know, they're going away. One reason we need to have other things ready to bloom, because this little Russian sage will probably just keep going. I've also noticed that the grasses are beginning to head out. I must be allergic to something out here today because I'm choking up some. And also the vines are coming on up. This one is one of the black-eyed Susan. It may be the white or the yellow. I'm not sure which it is. Hopefully we'll see when it blooms. And of course some of the pots are filling out to the point you can't even see the little decor that's inside them. This little pot still looks somewhat bare. Even my pretty stained glass plum coleus is looking a little bleached out. But I did notice that there are some seeds coming up there, so hopefully we'll still have a chance for this to become beautiful at some part of this season's garden. And the little seed that I had planted in this pot did not make it. I'm not sure why, but I do know that snails will crawl right up a pot. It doesn't even matter how tall of a pot, it'll get in there. So, and they do love anything new and tender, so that could be what happened here. I did find some white black-eyed Susan seeds, and so I'm going to try that today too. That's one of the seeds I saved out to try, even though it's late in the season to do so. We'll see what will happen. My beloved little begonias are still doing great this year. This is a view of my ivies from this side. You can see a little bit more. Well, you could till it turns around. But there's a little bit more of the ivy in it. Some of it had just pretty much died out. And my Swedish ivy that usually does very well for me has not yet done well. But I'm hoping it will turn that around and begin to do well now that it's getting more shade. These beautiful little cone coleuses are just doing great. Even this one, it got a little later start for some reason. It didn't just jump right up there, but now it has, and they're both looking good. The tall phlox is looking great. And here's some more of the magic lilies that are coming up beside this little grouping of tall phlox. Most of my Asiatic or Oriental lilies have gone away for the season also. This poor little coleus was so wilted down last night. I didn't know if it would look this beautiful again, but here it is. They just need a drink of water sometimes in that heat. My little purple heart with the pink in it is doing great. It even has a little one coming up beside it here. So it's proliferating a little bit. My Mexican sunflowers are coming up and doing really well. I hope they bloom and I get to show you many beautiful orange blossoms. And I'm a bit amazed that this little mini petunias or calabachoa is still going strong for me. And this is more of the stained glass coleus, which is still got its pretty bright color here. It gets a little more shade. And my little orange coneflower is doing great this year. Not only in the pots, but in the ground in the back. Of course, the little heads on the celosia, another sign that summer is in full swing and fall is not far behind. My little seedlings, I don't think some of them are going to make it. These were the little spikes in the Veronica family, and I don't see any of them. My seeds may have been too old. These I didn't get a lot, but I did get some. Matter of fact, this is one where I actually planted one of those tiny little ones right here, and it's growing up. And this is the little cactus dart that I'm trying to get going for my sister. This is one of the esperanzas. I planted the other one in the garden, so I'm trying to keep an eye on it. And I don't know about these other pots. If I keep imagining I see some green in there, and I think I maybe have. This was an imagination right here, but I see it for sure now. So that's great. I have two of these, and these are white with purple center verbascums. These, of course, are the pink Terenia, and that's what I had in that little pot I just showed you. And then this, oh, I hope that's some green that's coming up. And this is my hibiscus chartreuse rose. If you've ever seen it, it's so pretty. It actually changes colors from morning to evening. It has a quite a bit different color, and it's so pretty. I still am hoping all these will bloom, but we'll see. Or I mean sprout and actually someday bloom. That would be great. There was a little one right behind here I'm still keeping my eye on and hoping it will come up and we'll be able to keep it. This little pot of profusion zinnies has just filled out and done great. This little strawberry pot that I'm excited to see how it looks is not doing so great, but there's still life in there. All it needs is one great big growth spurt, maybe 2, and it could catch up. Also, I'm seeing that my little plumeria is looking all yellowish, and I've got to probably put some food on that and hope for the best for it. But for right now, I took the yellow ones off, which is probably another reason I'm always having plants that have nothing on the stem and just a little at the top. Another thing I noticed last night when I was watering is this pretty little, this is a Mexican flame vine bloom. It's my first one of the season and hoping to get many more. You can see that little vine has grown all the way up to right there. That's where it ends. And hopefully it's not ended. That's just as far as it is right now. Hopefully it'll fill this up before the season's totally over and frost comes. You know, sometimes it's nice to talk about frost on a day like today, because I'm pretty much dripping in sweat right now just looking at things. And so many of the zinnias are blooming, and they do draw the butterflies. Of course, the pretty bells of Ireland are losing their blooms and going to seed. And I noticed that my little stained glass coleus that I tried to transplant here is suffering, and the one right in the front just totally died. So when it rains again, or if we get a little cooler weather, I will probably try to start those in here again. These are the little profusion zinnias that I love to put in containers. They just are another little small but mighty plant, and I'm hoping that I'll get some more going. I think I do have at least something in each one of these, and hopefully this is another of the pink and yellow colors, which will hopefully just be a profusion of beautiful colors still as the season goes on, like these little profusion zinnias are doing in this pot. Looking good. More of the magic lilies. And I was going to show you down here where these are the large marigolds. The one I had in the back has died, or else I'm sure snails ate it. I'm just pretty sure of that. But I did notice that there's some room in this pot for maybe a couple or so little zinnia seeds to be planted. So I think I'll try that today too, while I'm planting just a few more seeds. And my little strawberry pot lost its foundation grip, and I've set it back up there and put some more rock around it. And then the hot weather seems to have gotten to it too, as far as it's not wanting to bloom so much. But it's still looking healthy, so I think it will bloom again. This little pot of stained glass coleus is doing just what I hoped it would do, and just taking off so much so that as soon as we have some cooler weather, I'll probably have to clip some of this off and maybe use it to put in other places where there's not anything right now. Have some in this little pot also. Please be sure to like and to subscribe to the channel.